Live from downtown Detroit, home of WDIV and Click on Detroit, Local 4 News at 6 starts now.
The Defenders getting results for veterans after learning some have been turned down for a COVID shot at their VA. Hank.
It's an almost $2 trillion stimulus relief package, but how will that money affect everyday Detroiters? I'm Hank Winchester. Help Me Hank. I'm going to break it down for you coming up new tonight in my Help Me Hank report.
Governor Whitmer answering tough questions today about the number of COVID deaths in nursing homes and her policy that sparked controversy early in the pandemic. Topping our news at 6, it's the issue that won't go away.
Governor has faced tough criticism over her pandemic nursing home policy early on. Initially, COVID-positive patients were placed in the same facilities with COVID-negative patients. The governor ended that practice after the first 6 months of the pandemic.
And now there is growing scrutiny with the prospect of lawsuits and other legal action. Local 4's Rod Maloney joins us live tonight after speaking with the governor one-on-one today about this issue. Rod, what is she saying tonight?
Well, she's saying that she's proud of her entire COVID response, what her team did. She's also proud, she says, of her nursing home policy. Now, that policy differed from that of Andrew Cuomo in New York in that he required patients to be sent from the nursing homes from the hospitals to the nursing homes. The governor incentivized it by paying nursing homes more to take those COVID-positive patients.
Here's what we know. Our policies saved a lot of lives in our nursing homes.
And a lot of Michiganders died in nursing homes. The state of Michigan posts the long-term care death rates online. The most current count puts the number at 5,537, more than 35% of all of Michigan's COVID deaths. When New York Governor Andrew Cuomo came under fire for allegedly underreporting the numbers of seniors sent from nursing homes and died in hospitals, Local 4 filed a Freedom of Information request to ask about Michigan's numbers. It turns out there aren't any. Our request came back with a denial of data stating, quote, there are no records of the location of death collected, end quote. So we asked the governor today why that is.
So I'm proud of the work that we did. We can parse through different angles of statistics and compare ourselves to other states, but I think that it's sometimes can be a fool's errand because the way that we are congregating data varies state to state because there was never a national strategy, and it makes it hard to really compare apples to apples.
Answers like that aren't sitting well with Macomb County Prosecutor Peter Lucido. Tomorrow, he's expected to announce an effort to prosecute the governor for her nursing home policy.
Well, I think it's really destructive that anyone would abuse the power of their offices to try to create a political issue where there's not one. And I'm not, sadly, not surprised that there's some of that conversation happening.
Now, we did get a clarification from the Michigan Department of Health and Human Services today about my FOIA, saying that nursing home patients who were transferred to the hospital and then died would be counted as nursing home deaths if they have not been discharged from the facility. So we're still really unclear on where that count is and where those numbers might be. Back to you.
Rod, I'm wondering, did the governor cite any research to show her nursing home policy was a good one or anything to back it up?
Well, she did cite a couple of things. The University of Michigan study, which said that the state did reasonably well because it came in under the national average of nursing home deaths. And she also cited an AARP study that gave her some praise for what it was that she did.
Yeah. Okay. Rod, thanks.
Now, 1 year after Michigan's first reported coronavirus cases, the state has passed 600,000 total cases. State reporting a jump here, 2,316 new cases and 8 more deaths today. This is the highest single-day case, though, that we've seen, total case number since January. Overall, the state's total number of cases, more than 601,000 and more than 15,000 deaths. Dr. Janae Caldoun says the state has lost some of the progress that it's made over the past 2 months as case rates per million people, the positivity rate, and the hospitalization rate have all increased recently.
At the state's coronavirus update this afternoon, Governor Whitmer spoke about how difficult a year it's been and praised the state's resilience over the past 12 months.
To all of the people who stayed on the front line, in the face of immense challenges, families, communities, and small businesses banded together, as they always have. Essential health care and frontline workers continued to do their work heroically, helping the rest of us keep our lights on, our fridges full, and our families healthy. Communities stepped up, and there were acts of heroic selflessness on every street. Even as a deadly virus was keeping us apart, we pulled together in remarkable ways.
Tonight, in remembrance of all those lost in the pandemic, the governor is asking Michiganders to turn their porch lights on from 8 to 9 o'clock. Our coverage marking 1 year since the first cases of COVID-19 continues tomorrow, all day on our newscasts. Then at 9 p.m., join Devin, myself, Dr. Frank McGeorge, and the rest of the Local 4 team for an hour-long special, Coronavirus Crisis 1 Year Later. It's an in-depth look at the pandemic's impact on our community, from the success of the vaccines, changes to education, and more. That's tomorrow night at 9 here on Local 4.
We broke the story Monday. Veterans who don't qualify for VA medical care turned away for vaccines, including a local World War II vet. Well, now we are seeing change, with the House voting unanimously to rush the vaccine to all veterans. But as work continues on those changes, Local 4 Defender Sean Lay found other local vets are being turned away from the shot, too.
What's new on this tonight? The House did pass legislation to get COVID shots to all of our veterans, but still, Tim Flynn in Livonia is still waiting to get his COVID-19 vaccine. He was in the Navy and he did a very difficult job for our country. It sticks with Tim Flynn of Livonia every day.
We were flying dead bodies back and forth to ships for 2 days.
Flynn was in the Navy in 1983. A truck bomb killed 241 American service members in Beirut in a terror attack. Tim helped escort the bodies of young Marines from land to a ship on a helicopter. Now at age 57, he asked his VA for a COVID-19 shot. The VA, because of income limits set by Congress, had to turn Tim down.
You know, it's just kind of ridiculous that we couldn't go get a shot.
A Democrat and Republican teaming up in Congress, they were seeing vets being turned down for shots on their income, and actually said a World War II vet is going to be turned away. The defenders found that American hero, Don Schimmel, who could not believe that at age 93, the VA said he made too much money, and they turned him down for a COVID shot.
I started to get concerned because of my age.
Don did get his first shot at a clinic in Lenawee County. Last night, changes being made in Washington for all vets.
I ask unanimous consent that the Committee on Veterans Affairs be discharged from further consideration of H.R. 1276 and ask for its immediate consideration in the House.
The House unanimously passing the VA Vaccine Act, providing a COVID shot for any veteran despite their income. The Senate pushing for the same thing, and then including vet spouses and caregivers. Until Washington makes those changes official, Tim is on vaccine waiting lists all over Metro Detroit.
You can't get shots anywhere, it seems.
We'll continue to watch this as the Senate now works to get COVID shots for each and every veteran, but also Washington must act quickly to continue to ship more doses to VAs around the country. Sean Lay, Local 4 Defenders.
Okay, Sean. The seemingly endless back and forth over the American Rescue Plan is over. The $1.9 trillion relief bill passed the House this afternoon and will be signed into law by President Biden this Friday. The bill passed by a vote of 220 to 211 along party lines, with all but one Democrat voting yes and all Republicans voting no. It includes $1,400 direct payments to American adults who qualify based on their income level, as well as funding for vaccine distribution and the reopening of schools. For a look at how the bill is likely to impact people directly, we turn to consumer investigator Hank Winchester. Hank, and this will put money right into people's pockets who really need it.
Kimberly, it definitely will, and it will do that quickly. And it's much more than just that $1,400 that will go to those who qualify. We're talking about billions of dollars making its way to Michigan, to Metro Detroit, to schools, and to local communities. It's a massive relief bill, almost $2 trillion, and in it, money set aside for millions who are struggling financially. If you received the last stimulus check, you're good. If not, update your personal information on the IRS website, and only there, because scammers are looking for you.
A lot of con artists out there, it's going to be calling, emailing, looking for your personal information. They don't need your personal information. They don't need your bank account numbers. They have everything they need to send you the money.
So what could this mean for those of you who qualify? A $1,400 stimulus payment for those earning $75,000 or less. The same for couples earning under $150,000. Plus, families get an additional $1,400 per dependent. Local school districts in Michigan could divide up more than $3 billion. Government and counties across the state could get more than $10 billion in assistance. And thousands of Michiganders who rely on food assistance programs will get extra financial help. Senator Stabenow, a supporter of this relief package, says she understands the financial struggle many are facing here at home, but she's hopeful as the state opens up, the economy will begin to stabilize.
I think what's most important is help is on the way. This is about putting people first, letting folks know that we understand how horrible this has been in so many different ways, and we want to have your back.
And I know many of you are probably wondering, well, if the president signs this tomorrow, when am I going to see this money into my account? Well, if all goes as planned, it sounds like some of that money will leave Washington and make its way to people all across the country and here in Metro Detroit by the middle of next week. We're live here tonight. Hank Winchester. Help me, Hank.
Yeah. And Hank, you mentioned the cutoff point of $75,000 annual income. Is that take-home pay or is that before taxes?
That is pre-tax money. So, and of course, if you have any questions, there is a lot of great information on that IRS website. And if you need to update your information, make sure you do it.
Okay. Hank, thank you.
All right, still ahead here at 6, a rare one-on-one interview with the Wayne County prosecutor.
We look back at how Kim Worthy managed to break barriers to reach the leadership position she now holds. Here's Ben.
Kim and Devin, I will preface this by saying it is still winter. Nevertheless, we hit a record high of 70 degrees earlier today, and we've got more warmth to come. Unfortunately, rain and wind are coming with it. We'll look at it next.
Plus, equality advocates are outraged over a new bill in the Michigan Senate involving gender identity and school sports. What the bill would do that's causing controversy. Next at 6.